Okay, you faithful few, welcome to the beautiful and sunny Ketchikan. Oh wait, must have got the wrong weather report. Well, there's our coral princess over there, docked at Ketchikan and ready to go. Excursions are getting underway. And as always, we're rushing, to get places, barely on time. This time we managed to get here an hour early, unintentionally of course. So there was one more time change as we floated up the coast. Being on airplane mode, connected to the internet of the ship, my phone didn't update automatically. So we're an hour early in the blowing, nasty, rainy craziness. So we're gonna go try and find some donuts or warm coffee or something. I got my misters ready. Now we made it over to our first Alaskan souvenir shop. Our mountain sisters looking for mirfs on a shirt. On a nice, dry, warm, non-windy bus. Waiting to go on a rainforest excursion hike. Because it wouldn't be a DMS adventure video unless we did a hike.
Love for y'all to take advantage of our 4-star restroom facilities over there. We have 1 star for each one, so 1, 2, 3, 4. But yeah, like I said, y'all have a little bit of free time, or not free time, but time to use the restrooms. But other than that, we're going to get going as well.
This is Will. He's with Kawanti Adventures and he was fantastic. His enthusiasm for what he was doing was infectious. The rainforest was gorgeous and Will had all the details to help us understand the ins and outs of the forest. Thanks a lot, Will.
I was done growing up, had enough of chasing down the sun, but suddenly I can see everything evergreen. I won't pretend I ever found my...
Y'all may hear me exclaiming and kind of nerding out about how beautiful this place is. I know I walk this trail a lot, but it does not get old to me. Like, genuinely, I love this place so much. Oh my gosh. Oh, sorry. I forgot to do a check. Please don't tell my boss. Sorry. Can everybody please stick their arm out straight for me, please? Just really quickly. And can y'all bend them at a 90-degree angle? All right. Now, can everybody pat themselves on the back? This has made it up the steepest hill of the entire walk. Yeah. These trees can live for about 700 years, so they're very old.
So our tour guide here is giving us way too much information to stack into a video here.
I had the question about the leafy green plants all over the ground a little bit earlier. This is the skunk cabbage. And if you take a look at its picture, you may understand why it has the nickname swamp lantern.
Skunk cabbage. Boil it 3 times and you can eat it. 2 people had to die to figure that out.
Evergreen. I won't profess I've got it figured out. I know I'm only getting started now. Still learning.
My favorite term for this mushroom is actually artist's tongue. You can actually rub your fingers on it and it'll absorb the oils from your hands and stain it for about 3 days. So, believe it or not, they used to be used as trail marker. You can still use it as a trail marker, but you better get back within those 3 days for sure, or you will be lost.
If we look at the edges of this tree, we can see you almost need a magnifying glass to even distinguish the rings, right? So, because of that, I kind of have a standing bounty of $100 for any guess with the patience and a magnifying glass to tell me exactly how old this tree is.
if we are getting along, we won't even have to build a shelter.
Oh yeah. Alaskan Rainforest Creek. Certainly don't have to worry about finding water sources here. Man, this takes Embrace the Suck to a whole other level.
Deer heart are very cool because they will flower and have berries, and the entire plant is completely edible. I'm gonna let y'all know I had a deer heart salad for breakfast this morning, and it was awesome. It tastes almost exactly like spinach and has a similar nutritional profile as well, but I will say it's a little bit thicker than spinach, so the texture is a little bit different. It's a little bit more hearty, which I kind of enjoy. In Alaska, it is mandatory to teach survival skills to children in grade school. That all culminates in the 8th grade whenever they send these children off to an uninhabited island where they have to survive for 3 days on nothing more than what they carry in a coffee tin. Kind of like a reenactment of Lord of the Flies or something, and that's why our population is so low here. This is the red elderberry.
Elderberry.
Yes. So we have a lot of edible berries here. However, this one, when consumed, I believe it's like 6 elderberries. If you eat 6 of them, the enzymes in the berry will mix with your stomach acid and create cyanide. So yeah, there's really no coming back from that.
Got some zip liners up there. Those are bear tracks from a bear climbing up the tree and the tree healing itself. And they go pretty far up. Bear fur.
However, in torpor, the bear is actually able to wake up and defend itself. So if you ever
Perfect size and shape for a bear den, but a little too not private enough for them. They'd be up in the mountains somewhere. Like a mountain sister, the tree hugger.
Because its core is now rotten, it can no longer support that typical tree shape that we're seeing.
So the bark of the red cedar tree can be pounded and ground down into fibers and then woven into rain gear, of all things. And you would certainly need that here. 850 years old. Estimated. Old man's beard.
It's sketchy.
Chocolate lily. Yummy.
This is our burl in captivity. I will, as I mentioned, they're very highly prized across the entire world. I'm not sure if anybody can sneak this past security or not, but if you're able to make it home with it and sell it, all I ask is that you remember me. So I'd love to welcome everybody to the estuary. Does anybody here know what an estuary is? No. An estuary is where salt or brackish water meets with fresh water.
Okay.
So if we're thinking about the salmon, it is the perfect place at the beginning of their life to swim out to the ocean, or at the end of their life, make it back into fresh water, find their spawning grounds, and then eventually die.
But suddenly I can see everything
Tell you what, the whole backpacking thing and the Embrace the Suck, it's really paying off here. The only one in a foul mood is Rocky Mountain Mister. Yeah, this was the eagle nest. Mister is the latest dinner for the eagles. Alright, so our walking tour is mostly over. We have a little bit of free time here at the Totem Village. Fun fact, the carving of totems was actually outlawed up here because they thought the indigenous folk actually worshipped them. They didn't like that, but in fact, they don't actually worship these. They're kind of form of written language and history because they don't actually have a written language. There are like memorial totems, history totems, and my personal favorite, shaming totems. This must be one of the shaming totems.
Orange just making a normal face.
That's a normal face for corn. This right here is the next cedar to be carved into a totem. Black bear totem. Looks like he wants to give a high five. All right, that wraps up our first excursion in Alaska, the Ketchikan Rainforest Walk and Totem Village. So we are on our way back to the town of Ketchikan, where we'll probably investigate Creek Street, amongst other things. We'll bring you faithful few along with us. All right, faithful few, we are back from the Rainforest Walk, back in the wonderfully beautiful and sunny town of Ketchikan. Forget what they said, they get around 15 feet of rain per year. It said 100 some odd inches. Cool little boardwalk. There's the Coral Princess sitting beautifully over there. Oh, with a bald eagle flying overhead of it. Sweet. I think it could take them. Here we are, you faithful few, the iconic Creek Street in Ketchikan. I just wanted to make sure we got it to here. I believe this is where you will see the salmon runs if you're in the right time of year. Check this out right here. Oh yeah, look at that white water. That'd be fun to kayak if you were into kayaking. Welcome to Simply Salmon, King, Sockeye, Silver, Pink, and Kita. So those are the 5 different types of salmon species that actually spawn here in Ketchikan, which is one of the things that makes it the salmon capital of the world, is this is the only place where all 5 of the species actually come here to lay their eggs. So just walking down the beautiful and iconic Creek Street here in Ketchikan. It is still raining a little bit, but it's backed off some. It's about 12 o'clock. We've got about another hour before we need to head back to the ship. Need to be on by 1:30. And just checking out these cool, different, unique shops that they have along here. Rocky Mountain sister has to try her best to not spend all her money here. We still got like 2 more ports that we can buy things in, and then 2 more lodges that are going to have a lot of things that you can choose from. So glad you could be here with us, you faithful few. This is fantastic so far, especially with the rain dying off a little bit. Mister got an authentic Ketchikan sucker. I believe this is where the salmon run is, and the salmon actually go up this ridiculously fast current, come in from the ocean and go whoop whoop whoop, just jumping up here. I imagine the bears sit right in here and catch them all. Gorgeous. And here's how to remember all 5 different types of salmon. You just use your hand. All right, you faithful few, as we start wrapping up our time in Ketchikan, 2 bits of cool info and trivia for you. That tunnel right there is in the Guinness Book of World Records for the only tunnel that you can go around, through, over, and under. Obviously, truck just went through. The green truck just came from around it. There are houses up above it, so you can go over it. And then you can kayak actually underneath it. So that's cool. And then the other thing is the mooning eagle. The eagle's mooning everybody as they drive by. Fantastic. You can barely make out the smokestacks of the Coral Princess. Man, I didn't realize how good I looked. Do I look like a tourist or what? Well, you faithful few, although the adventures in Ketchikan are over, Day 4's adventures aren't quite over yet. But we're getting there. Just came down to the Horizons restaurant to get some food, even though none of us are really hungry. First thing we got, dessert number 1, dessert number 2, dessert number 3, and dessert number 4.
No, there's 5.
Oh. Can't forget dessert number 5, a bowl of sprinkles. Sprinkle connoisseurs over here. Got a fantastic view. Just wish we had fantastic weather. I'm just looking right over the front of the ship into the rainy ocean. Next stop, the capital of Alaska, Juneau.
Oh, yeah.